Bomb threats at 4 county courthouses. Who's doing it and why? It's our top story tonight. Good evening, everyone. Paul has the night off. The threats come in. Twice the bomb squad has responded, and today one courthouse was evacuated.
Authorities think one person in Minnesota may be responsible for the recent scares in Wright, Anoka, Stearns, and Sherburne counties. KARE 11's Phil Johnston is live in Elk River tonight with the very latest. Phil.
Well, Di, it should be said that normally we don't cover bomb threats. But the fact is, in recent days, 4 Minnesota county buildings, and specifically the social services departments in those buildings, have been targeted. So tonight, sheriff's departments from those 4 counties, plus federal investigators, are working together trying to find out who's behind the threats.
I guess we're going to hold here for a while.
Just before noon at the Wright County Government Center in Buffalo.
Pretty damn scary, I think.
A courier delivers a suspicious package to the Human Services Department.
She looked into the package and found what looked like a explosive device.
We were just told that there was a bomb delivered to the courthouse, and it was, someone actually saw it.
It was examined and found to be a look-alike device.
Just after noon, in adjoining Sherburne County, a similar package is delivered by a courier to the Social Services Department there. Neither were bombs, but both point to a disturbing trend in recent days and weeks. Wednesday, in Anoka County, an over-the-phone bomb threat to social services.
Yesterday there was a call.
The same day, Wright County received a phone threat. 2 weeks ago, Stearns County had 3 bomb threats. And back in December, another fake bomb was detonated in Sherburne County. 4 counties total in the last month. Wright County Sheriff Don Hozempa says now those counties are joining forces, trying to figure out what's going on.
My detectives will be going to meet with them, try to get all of our information together and see if we can't come up with a suspect.
Now again, in all of these cases, the social services or human services departments in these various counties were targeted. Those are the areas which handle welfare and child support, that sort of thing. Now what we know about both of the bomb scares today in Sherburne and Wright County, both packages were delivered by a courier from St. Cloud. Now, police are not saying a whole lot about any of these cases, and however, whoever is responsible faces felony terroristic threat charges plus possible federal charges. Frank and Di.
All right, thank you, Phil. Well, finally, the NBA lockout is over tonight.
And already there could be changes in the Minnesota Timberwolves lineup. KARE 11's Randy Shaver is in the newsroom with more.
Well, guys, the Tom Gugliotta story is getting stranger by the second. And let me say this. If the Phoenix Suns owner, Jerry Colangelo, wanted to sign Tom Gugliotta today, this deal would have been done a long time ago. Gugliotta has been in Phoenix all day long negotiating a contract. Nothing has been signed, and it's possible this deal is dead. That's because Antonio McDyess, who left Phoenix for Denver, has had a change of heart tonight. He is not going to play for the Nuggets, and now it seems he's negotiating again with Phoenix, which could mean Gugliotta may be out of the mix with the Suns. We've also learned through sources that Gugliotta's agent has left Phoenix and may be traveling to Denver or the Twin Cities. It was clear that Gugliotta's situation depended on where McDyess ended up, and McDyess is apparently trying to get back to Phoenix. I asked Flip Saunders if Gugliotta could still end up in Minnesota.
Is there any way that the thing could change?
Well, I think there's always ways that things can change, you know. The things you're talking about, we don't have control of those things, you know, so I really don't know. But, you know, what we've done is that we've gone in the direction that we feel we need to go in order to build or rebuild, however some people say, well, you're going to have to rebuild. I don't think that, to put yourself on a championship pace.
Gugliotta turned down a Wolves offer of 7 years at $86 million. The offer he would take in Phoenix is considerably less, 6 years at $53 million. The Wolves are bringing in Joe Smith later tonight. He was the first player chosen in the 1995 NBA draft. Smith would fit in nicely here, but if Gugliotta's back in the picture, and who knows tonight, Joe Smith won't be on this team. We'll have more on this story coming up in sports.
Randy, would they still have the same offer on the table for Googs?
That's a very good question, Di. If Tom Gugliotta comes back to this team and says, you know what, I'd like to come back here, they may have a little bit of leverage in signing him. It's also possible that Gugliotta could end up in Denver, which is where McDyess was heading to until tonight.
Interesting. All right. Thanks, Randy. Minnesota lawmakers today voted overwhelmingly to repeal a ban on snowmobile studs. Next, a task force will look at ways to pay for the damage snowmobiles cause to state roads and trails. In other news, the discovery of human remains has halted work on a new library at St. Cloud State University. A backhoe operator unearthed a skull and bones from at least 2 bodies Wednesday afternoon. University archaeologists don't believe the bodies, or think the bodies might be from a 19th century cemetery that was supposed to have been moved long ago. Old maps show a church once stood on the site, and a 1910 newspaper article reported a sewer worker discovered a body buried next to some houses built on that plot.
They were doing the work on that. The workmen found a skeleton.
Really?
Right here.
Investigators will need to determine whether there are still more human remains on the library site before construction can resume.